In my last video, I explained how to design your own subwoofer enclosure using WinISD. I'll be converting my sealed subwoofer box that has my Skar SDR15, and I'll be converting that enclosure into a ported enclosure. So that enclosure is 4 cubic foot. So this is what the frequency graph is looking like if I port that sealed box, and this is it compared to whenever it's sealed. So the ported box in the green line definitely has some better extension, but it also has quite a bit more output. WinISD is showing that at certain frequencies, I'll be getting like a 5 dB increase. So yeah, I can't wait to finally start. Alright guys, I'm outside, and as you guys see, I got this sub box right here. And then I got some wood right here that I'm about ready to cut. I should have everything measured that I need to. And now it's ready to cut some stuff. Alright y'all, so I got the wood cut for the port. Now we can finally install this inside this enclosure. Alright guys, so it has been a while. I had to make some final adjustments to the port to make it fit right. But this is what the enclosure is looking like right now. So this little cutout right here was actually from the handle that was already on the box. So I glued some wood right here so there wouldn't be a big air leak. And as you guys can see, we got this port installed. I put a ton of glue all around the edges just to make sure that there's no air leaks. Because you honestly really can't have too much glue. More glue is always going to be better. Because even if you don't get your cuts 100% perfect, you can fix those mistakes whenever you're gluing your box together. Because one of the most important things about a sub is making sure that you have a good seal. Because if you don't, then you could be losing output and your sub won't be sounding all too good, just depending on the severity of your air leak. But yeah, I finally got this new port installed, this 28 hertz tuned port. I'm gonna wait for all this to... Are you kidding me? It's always the car alarms going off when I'm trying to film. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then we can test it out. So it's been about 2 days since I finished porting that sealed enclosure. The main reason for that is because, for one, I was testing the sound of this enclosure, but I also just wanted it to look better too. Because whenever I finished porting it, it really didn't look too good because I had to cut the carpet all up and you were able to see the wood. But I added this fur to the box, as you guys can see, and I also have some in the port too, as you guys can see. But I also put some fur around this doorway too, and I think it makes it look a lot better. I haven't had any problems with this fur around this port, so I think I should be good. But how does this new ported sub sound compared to whenever it was sealed? Well, to be honest, I think it definitely sounds better, because now whenever the bass hits, especially that lower bass, I can just feel that it's hitting with more authority. But now it gets even louder with less power. So not only do the lows hit harder, I'm also getting louder too. So I was definitely not disappointed whenever I switched the sealed 15 into a ported 15, because now it's definitely louder. But also I can officially call this whole setup a 6th order subwoofer enclosure, because yes, this is technically a 6th order enclosure, because because I have two ported subwoofers inside here, and then this whole thing acts like an enclosure. And this door opening actually has its own tuning. And I measured this entire door opening, and it's actually tuned somewhere between 35 and 36 hertz. And having these subs inside here make them louder, and it also drops my tuning frequency by around like 10 hertz. So since this is basically a 6th order enclosure, it also sounds like one too. So my subs have a bigger sound, and I also do have more sound pressure in my room. But also now it can really shake my entire house. And if I was shaking my entire house before whenever this 15 was sealed, well now it's even louder. So now I'm definitely going to be shaking my house. And this is only a 400 watt RMS amp, but I really want to try these subs out on like a 2000 watt amp, and that's like 5 times the power. If I do end up getting a more powerful amp, like a 2000 watt amp, I was definitely going to get loud in here. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video of me porting this 15-inch subwoofer. Hopefully y'all learned something new today, and hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video.